How about a reconciliation bill, a second process that funds the Pentagon supplemental times two, give them whatever they want in times two, and then funds DHS through the end of the Trump term so we don't have to deal with this insanity? I mean, there are Hezbollah sleeper cells. I was in the government a long time ago. I know there are a lot of bad guys. How about just using reconciliation to get the government working again?
Well, Hugh, as you know, I chair the Republican Study Committee, 190 members. We've been pushing for reconciliation for months now, and we are certainly open to a defense supplemental and DHS funding, but I think it needs to be more than that. Democrats have obstructed passing anything. If President Trump cured cancer, they would vote against it, and that's the tragic nature of where we are. So we have to codify the rest of President Trump's agenda, and reconciliation is the mechanism by which we can do this. So yes, we can certainly include defense supplemental and DHS funding, but I don't think that can be the sole focus of this.
But when's it get started? What frustrates me, because I don't want to lose the midterms. I don't think it's an inevitability. I certainly don't think losing the Senate's an inevitability. But you got to do something. What are we waiting for?
Well, you're speaking my language. This is exactly what we have been pushing through the RSC. Let's go. We did such a good job through One Big Beautiful Bill of identifying so many of Joe Biden's errors and the things that he caused pain and suffering to every American family with. But there is more work to be done. And our constituents want to know that we can unify. Even with a one-seat majority, we can and we will unify. And this is why we have been moving with the sense of urgency. RSC, with 190 members, has come together and said, we want to do this. I know the Speaker is in favor of it. Let's put the items on the board that we think we can accomplish that include housing affordability, healthcare affordability, energy affordability, but now probably also need to include national security and defense items.
So when does that decision get made, Congressman Pfluger? When does somebody say the starting gun goes off?
Well, I think the starting gun has gone off, and there are many of us who are working on this. And I know Chairman Jody Arrington is extremely motivated as the Budget Committee Chair to move this. So I think the starting gun has gone off, and we as a conference will be looking at a lot of the proposals and making those recommendations to Speaker Johnson ASAP.
Okay, so last question. How long does it take once the Budget Committee gets to work, gets a budget, gets it over to the Senate, and they agree to it, and then you got to go to the authorizing committees and the committees of jurisdiction? How long until we could see that get through? Because if that arrived in June or July, it could change the dynamic in the fall.
Well, certainly, and that's the goal. I think you just nailed it. This has to arrive no later than June, July timeframe. This is a 2-minute drill. The One Big Beautiful Bill was really more of the long game, and we had some time on our side to get that done by the July 4th date that we set last year. But this is a 2-minute drill. It's more compact and narrow. The focus will be narrower. So, you just nailed it. I mean, we have to get this passed no later than July. And it will have an impact because those policies will come into play and American families will benefit from all of them. And our nation will be safer and more secure as a result of us continuing to work. We're not done, and we are going to continue to fight every single day.